right over the crack, squeezing the trigger until it starts to melt into the plastic. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. Today we have a quickie. We've got a side cover for our CB750, but you can see it's got a little crack in it. You can see it's got a little crack, and we're going to go ahead and repair it. So we're going to use two different types of plastic welders. This one, like, it has these different little staples, as you can see right here. It's got different shapes. So you can see my crack goes from here all the way up to here. And you can just put these in. It heats up. You just have to be careful not to blow all the way through to the other side. But I can heat it up and it'll go through and it'll melt into the plastic right there. This other one uses mesh to where I can put mesh and this filler, and you just mush it in and it'll go right into it and go right in. So I'm going to show you both of them. They both work really well. This is one that came from Harbor Freight, pretty inexpensive. And this one, I don't know exactly what it's called, just plastic welding gun model H50. I think I got it on Amazon. It's super affordable. And it comes in this little case with the staples and everything that you need. So it's pretty simple, pretty easy, but it works really good. Both of these work really good. Depends on what you're working on. If you got an old headlight bucket that's busted, you can fix it and still use it. Again, I'm going to repaint this side. This side cover is going to get repainted. So once we do that, we'll be able to sand down here, put a little body filler on it just to make sure it's good. You can see that. I don't know if you can see it, but it needs to be repainted anyway because somebody just rattle canned on top of the stripes that were there. So we're going to have to sand it just to get it back to the way it should look, right? So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to do one. I did make a mark to see where the crack ended, and I'm going to go ahead and just put one of these in just to see if it works. You just simply slide them into the ends, just slide it into the ends. I think you slide it just like that, and then you squeeze the trigger and it heats up and it goes right in there. And there, just go in right here. We'll put it there, and then we'll just melt it in to the plastic. There you go. You see it just going right in. And let it cool a bit. And then we'll pull that out. And then we'll come back once it's cooled completely. We'll make sure, look, we didn't blast through to the other side, but it's already starting to stiffen up. So I'm going to do another one of those. And it's your preference. Either one. I'm going to do both of them just to kind of show you. Doesn't matter to me. It's, like I said, your preference. I'm going to do one more just so you can see it. I go right here, right over the crack, squeezing the trigger until it starts to melt into the plastic, and then I'm going to stop. Hold it still. Just get this so I can let it cool, and now it's in there. You can see it's already starting to get rigid. It's working. Didn't blow through the other side. It's good and usable, right? Again, once we clear this up, sand this down, get rid of the little the crack, and then we'll do a little body filler on it so you won't even see it. So let's do the other one just for fun. Do a small little, and I like this one just because it'll sink right into the, just like the other way did. I like to take, before I put the other plastic on, and just to start heating this up to see if I can get it to sink into the plastic. You see it's starting to smoke already, starting to get there. It's already starting to come through. Before I add any other, I can add other plastic filler to it if I wanted to, but this sinks all the way in. Just takes a little bit of time. The only drawback between the two, this one is like a, I don't know what you call it, a soldering iron. This is scorching hot, right? It's going to be hot all the time. Whereas this one is only hot, it only has a current when you push it. So, totally up to you. And you can get this one at Harbor Freight. Just sinking that into the, just pulling the side cover in tight as I get down here, only because it kind of curves away from us at the end, so I don't create a gap. Again, I'm not an expert on this, and can you do it cleaner than this? Probably, but can I make this to where it'll work and it makes this side cover usable? Just by having access to this and being willing to use it, if I'm searching for parts like side covers like I was doing for the 750, if it's got a crack in it, I can get it a little more affordably and I can just repair it. Especially since I was going to have to repaint it. If I was looking for one that was maybe stock in the color original paint, that may be a different story. I may not be looking for one that I want to repair, but if I'm painting, since I'm painting the bike, I can go through and do that, and it works out pretty well. The only difference you can see is that this one leaves a little bit of a line, and I can probably push that down just because it's still warm. If I get something on this side, I could push it in and kind of get me some leverage on both sides, smooth it out since it's still warm. Then I can heat it up again. But again, I can sand this down, level it out, and make it work. So this one, because you're putting more heat into it, you may end up getting more there, but already that's super solid. It's super solid, it's not going anywhere. I'll do another one right here. And you can just do with this stuff too, if you wanted to. I could just stick this in here. Let me just melt it a little bit. It's just filling in the gaps right there. I could totally do that, and that'll work. Especially if you're in an area that doesn't, it's not going to have any stress on it. This will totally work too. So you can use it in a couple of different ways. We'll put a little bit more in here just to make sure. Smooth it out a little bit. Yeah, so again, all I got to do is sand this down. We'll sand this down smooth. We'll going to fill this side, but now that's perfectly usable. But that's pretty simple, pretty easy. A nice, quick, easy way to kind of save a side cover if you have one, to be able to make it work. So there you have it, guys. Quick and easy way to repair side cover, any plastic thing that you have for your old motorcycle. Works out really great, either using the cheap little solution from Harbor Freight or this guy, which was super affordable too, from Amazon. So as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, and do us a favor, like, tag, and share, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks again, guys, and have a great day.